Always trust everyone to be themselves, but trust in the fact that you can see them well. You know what I mean? So it's like, trust. It takes too much energy to not trust someone. You know what I mean? It takes too much energy. You always gotta stay 2 steps ahead of them or whatever. But trust them to be them.
To be themselves.
Trust the snake to bite you. Trust the lion to lie. Trust the thief to steal from you. Like, trust them to be them. Too. But know them when you see them.
What can we learn from the life of DMX in terms of self-development? I mentioned earlier that when DMX became a pastor, I was a little bit confused because, of course, the kind of music that he created and he put out there to the general public is the complete opposite of being a pastor. So I was like, where's this move coming from? However, when I sat down and I thought about it, and I looked at all of the music that he made, the albums that he put out, and I thought about the lyrics that he was rapping about, I realized something. I thought to myself, even though his music was about the roads, street stuff, street activities, a lot of his music was showing a person that was trying to find themselves. But not only just trying to find themselves, it was a person, from my interpretation, that was trying to find some kind of balance or peace within their life. And I was like, you know what? I respect the fact that his image was that of a quote-unquote roadman. He decided to take a different route in order to develop himself and develop his lifestyle for a more positive path than what he was originally known for. And that took quite a lot of nuts to carry that out, because quite easily it could have had a very negative impact on his career, and that could have ended what is pretty much known as, especially by me, as a legendary career. But he decided to take that jump, take that leap against what he was already known as in order to better himself, potentially at the cost of the money that he was already making. I don't know about everybody else, but to me, as a man, if you're willing to sacrifice your livelihood in order to better and develop yourself, I've got nothing but respect for that. And I'll tell you what made me kind of see it from that perspective. When I look at songs like Damien, Slipping, Falling, Can't Get Up, aka Slipping, Lord Give Me a Sign, how can you not think that this was DMX's attempt to try to balance out the negative influences within his life? That move of trying to be a pastor. Spirituality and religion, of course, everyone has debates about this and which religion is the right religion, and things can get messy in terms of what is the right way spiritually. But at the same time, having some form of knowledge or ability in order to draw a baseline of what is right and wrong is very important. And just taking the time to think on it, reflect on it, plays a major role in self-development and also one's ability to live life in a comfortable manner. Money isn't always the end-all be-all. Money doesn't solve everyone's problems. Because if that was the case, millionaires, billionaires, whatever else is, wouldn't commit suicide or have issues with their family life, be it their wife, their children, and the list goes on. But money isn't always the end all be all to problem. In order to resolve a scenario, sometimes it's not about giving instructions or being in a position to hand out advice. Sometimes it's about working on yourself. And that's why, personally for me, I feel self-development is very important. And anybody that is interested in working on themselves at one point or the other, they'll notice things around them will start to also change as well. But it does start from working on yourself. Also, how I interpreted the maneuver of DMX attempting to become a pastor, I saw that it was very important on how a person makes their money. Because when you're busy building or trying to make money, a person can make all the money in the world, right? However, if you're in an environment where you're making money in an immoral way, or a way that doesn't necessarily resonate with who you are as a person, there's going to be some element of your psyche that will never really and truly be at peace or relaxed with it. You always feel like there's something missing or there's something incomplete. If you look at the average employee, and then you look at someone else who's taking a more unconventional route, who will probably have to work a little bit more, harder to make that money, the average employee spends between 35 hours upwards at their workplace to make their money. So you can look at that as you'll spend more time at work within that environment, or you'll spend more time at the place where you're making money than you would with your own family. You have to bear that in mind. So of course, when you're at work and you're at home, two different mindsets, you'll act in different ways. But the more you're at a certain place, environment, and the more you indulge in a certain mindset or mentality, it will become you more and more. Like, people become what they do. Now, I might digress a little bit, but it's still relevant to the topic of what I'm talking about right now. And that is, a lot of people forget that as human beings, the first natural gift that we have is actually to copy or to mimic. Anyone that's come across a baby, be it family members or just some random baby, like you sit down on the bus or you've gone to somewhere, you've seen a baby, you'll notice that they'll try to copy what someone's doing, or they'll copy what they're seeing. Something that they heard somewhere, be it the radio station, something that they watched on TV, something that they heard over there somewhere, someone in their environment. That's why a lot of parents say, please don't swear around my child, because those parents know if my child sees or hears this, they're gonna repeat that to me at some point, and that child's gonna pick up a bad habit. Even as adults, we might think, oh yeah, we're not susceptible to influences, but you know what, we still are. Be it our environment, our peers, our friends, because it's innate within us. However, unlike children or babies, as adults we can choose the kind of influences we allow ourselves to be susceptible to. You can choose the environment that you go to, you can choose the people that you associate yourself with, and you can choose the kind of things that you watch, and you can choose the kind of things that you listen to, or the kind of music that you listen to. Because whether you choose to believe it or not, understand, you can still be influenced, whether you realize it or not. The more you allow yourself to be susceptible to various types of influences, the more you become it, whether you realize it or not. Fact. And I've noticed it for myself as well. You know, certain music that I've listened to, the way I talk sometimes, certain words that I've picked up, either from a group of my friends or something that I listened to or something that I watched or something that I found funny. Like, it happens. It really happens. So again, you have to think to yourself, are these things going to help me achieve what I'm looking to achieve at certain points in my life, or is it going to take me further away? As well, from a personal perspective, what I can see I've kind of observed over the years is, see, you might get a person from a very good background. You don't come from a troublesome background. They don't come from a single parent household. They don't come from a household that is struggling for money. They don't come from the stereotypical setting of, didn't come from the best position in life, or I didn't have everything that I needed in order to become successful, right? I've seen people from good backgrounds chase something or chase a lifestyle that put them later on in life in a scenario that was detrimental to their success. Or even if it wasn't going to be success, a level of life that would have been very comfortable for them. You know, listening to one too many tracks, watching one too many programs, hanging around one too many people that made them or influenced them in a way that was detrimental to them. And sometimes these things can happen to the point where it can't be fixed, and now you've got to live with the consequences. Like children may have came out of it, or life decisions, i.e. criminal records that came out of it, and now you can't go back, you can't change that. So now what you have to do is, if you are interested at that point in still working on yourself, work with what you have and build from there. Bearing in mind that person has made it more difficult for themselves, but they can't complain and they can't blame anybody else, because regardless of the influences that you've had as a person, you're the one that decided to make the decisions that you made. You can't blame Bob or Bill because, oh, I heard that music and Bill told me to do this, Angelica said that was okay. It doesn't make a difference, because they're not the ones who made your decision for you as an individual. Regardless of your influences, you're the one that has to live with the outcome of your decisions. You have to really think about it. I'm here to help, and helping you helps me. So, hopefully, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Nice.